Right, welcome guys, welcome back to Newcastle Fans TV. This is the live reaction to the Watford game that's just happened on, and yeah, it's ended 1-1 between Newcastle and Watford today. And I didn't watch the match, I listened to it on the radio, obviously not being able to make it there. But we sound like we played well in the second half, and first half as well, we played decent by the sounds of it. I'm not quite sure. It's like it sounded like we had our moments, so we lost the ball a few times. But yeah, overall, I think a point is I'm happy with that. 4 points from our first 4 games isn't bad. I mean, if you carry on going like that for the rest of the season, you're going to finish up on 38 points in 38 games, which is around the relegation zone. So we got to kind of pick up some wins here, there, and everywhere, and try and get over that 40-point mark, I reckon. So I'll just start reading through your comments in the stream. Some players will need to learn how to pass the ball. You know, I agree. I think that like the players, everyone has their moments in the team. I feel like, and like we just need to kind of like allow them to like make mistakes, and then hopefully they'll learn from them. You know, every player's gonna make mistakes. I mean, we made quite a few today. Yeah, we still got a point out of the game. You know, it was a tight angle for Musa. Yes, this was another thing I wanted to come on to. You know. Yeah, 87th minute I think it was. Sorry if there's issues with the stream again, guys. I'm trying to sort the problems out, but we're having a few problems with the whole internet situation. But yeah, anyway, Mutu had a shot from a tight angle quite late on in the game. He was unlucky, but he did create the tight angle for himself. All he needed to do was bring it back and cut it on his left foot, even though he is a right-footed player. Imperial Guard says, thank God we beat Tottenham. I completely agree. I think if we hadn't beat Spurs last week, we wouldn't be like as happy with the point as we are now. We would have wanted all 3 points today, even though we'd still be in a worse position than we are today. So I think we just have to look at the positives. I think we just have to look at the positives of where we're at and like be thankful that we did beat Spurs last week and we did get something out of today's game rather than like people being disappointed with just a draw, because points are points at the end of the day, and that's what you win games, you get points. That's what makes you move up the table, and in our situation, safe. Actually looked really good today. Yeah, when I was listening to the match, he sounded like he had some really good moments. Bit of flair in there, I believe. Some direct running. You know, like Atsu has always been that type of player where he's got plenty of like pace but no end product. He's got no end product, and he just needs to like focus on his finishing, or he snatches at it like Almiron. But yeah, today he sounded like he had some sort of end product. Yeah, he's just today was just more, I don't know, or more of an influence. Almiron did well. I've heard a few mixed opinions about Almiron today actually. Like he's looking for that first goal, and I had this weird feeling today that it would be his day. He had a gilt-edged chance first thing in the game, and you know he had to put that away. He had to put that away. Yes, it bounced up for him, but he had to put that away. He had to smash that home and get his first goal for Newcastle. And I do believe that once he gets that first goal, he's going to be a great player, and you know he's going to score many more goals. All about Joelinton and Lascelles for me. Yeah, Joelinton, by the sounds of it today, he had a brilliant game, hold up play wise. Making his normal runs forward. as you expect him to do, and he scored today as well, got on the score sheet, and it's his 5th goal for Newcastle now in all competitions. So he's quite the goal scorer really, considering he plays centre back. But yeah, and Lascelles as well, he sounded like a rock at the back today. So there were some really good performances in the game today, and you know, I think that if we can keep those performance levels up, we'll start getting more results. John says Amaron keeps playing offside. Yeah, that was an issue I have with him. He has bundles and bundles of pace. He could beat most defenders for pace, but he's always offside. Like, he never seems to time his run very well, which maybe he needs to work on, or maybe he needs to adapt his game a little bit. But you know, everyone, like I said before, everyone makes mistakes. Every player makes mistakes, etc., etc. Williams was class today. I agree. From what I was hearing and from clips I've seen, he's got plenty of flair. He had plenty of flair today, bombing up and down that left flank. His defensive side was good apparently, and you know, attacking wise, I could just hear that he was creating. He had that little bit of extra spark that Newcastle have always needed. Preferably, I'd like someone who can score goals with a bit of flair and can push us on the field. But Williams, he got the assist in the midweek game against Leicester, and he had another good game again today. So I think his performance against Arsenal when he came on in his first ever appearance, I think that he's definitely shown us he can. Hayden again was good. If he keeps playing like this, an England call up completely. I'm quite surprised that there's not been more talk about him getting an England call up, because honestly, he is probably one of the best holding midfielders that England have right now. If you think about it, you've got Dyer who can play there, and it's in the name really. Henderson. Henderson's not that bad, but like, that's the only one that's not that bad. Winks can play there, but I think he's better suited as a number 8 rather than number 6. And then you've got I can't think of one off the top of my head, to be honest. But you know, if you've got those 3, Hayden has got to be in there somewhere. Declan Rice as well. Thank you, forgot about him. How could I forget about him? Jesus. But yeah, Hayden definitely deserves an England call up. But we know that Southgate has got a real issue with calling up you know, Newcastle players. You saw it last season with no, not last season, the season before, when we came up from the Championship, that Lascelles and Shelby more so toward the end of the season, I genuinely thought that he could push to get an England call up. And Lascelles was a rock at the back as well. But King English says, thoughts on Kraft today? Kraft, he sounded like he had a much better game than he had in the Norwich game a couple of weeks ago. In the Spurs game, apparently he was decent. He played at an okay level. Today, I think he had a good game as well. I was a bit shocked to see him go off for Mankia, but Mankia didn't do badly either. We're up to 14th as we stand, so yeah, away from the relegation zone now. I think we just need to start like pushing on, looking forward, trying to get some more points on the board and keep pushing, see how high we can get, because this is really what it's about. Yeah, so yeah. Keep sending any questions, guys. I'll be here for about another 5 minutes. Who's our next game? Is it Liverpool? Yes, it is Liverpool. Andy Carroll should be fit for that game, which will be interesting, because it's going to be weird seeing him come back to Newcastle. Wearing the number 7 is back, weirdly enough. We've got 4 points, more than most would have expected. Exactly, this is what I was saying to someone earlier, is that Newcastle, you know, Newcastle fans didn't expect much at the start of the season. Steve Bruce is our manager. I'm just a bit concerned about where we're going to. I was a bit concerned personally about where we were going to go, but 4 points from the first 4 games is more than I predicted. So, yeah, I'm quite pleasantly surprised that we've got 4 points out of 4 games, but I do want more. What do we think of Sunderland? Shit. Yeah, so keep sending any questions. Rather be 14th than bottom 3 going into the break. Dressing room will be buzzing. I'm not sure buzzing is the right word, because I feel like our dressing room is full of quite like, they want to push harder, they want to push further, and they don't accept just being bottom of the table. They're not a lazy group of players by all means. So I think the dressing room will be happy that they're out of the relegation zone and give them a more positive outlook, but they won't be buzzing. They'll just see it as motivation and push on even further. Is Joelinton going to be good enough? I personally think so. Just give the lad time, because he's 22 years of age. Okay, he's come from a different league. He just needs time to adapt. Okay, and right now he doesn't actually have 2 players that he will be definitely playing week in without in. He has never played in the system before, so wait till saint-maximin is back from injury. Obviously wait till Almiron's scoring goals and getting assists, and then we'll wait and see as to what happens. You can see some of the new players are starting to gel together. I think Joelinton and Mutu look like a good pair. That lovely little link-up move where Mutu missed, beautiful through ball. Yeah, personally I don't really like a 2-man partnership. I like the system we play with at the moment, the 5-2-3, because I feel like it suits us the best. But yeah, Mutu, I feel like he does deserve a bit more of a chance, and Joelinton does love dropping deep and passing it through. But yeah, I think Mutu deserves more of a chance personally. He's not really been given a chance, not under Rafa. I mean, he was at the Asian Cup, had an injury and everything. It's crazy how 1 goal for Joelinton, suddenly everyone's on his side when everyone was on his back before that. Now everyone's saying he looks like a good signing. I always backed him, but a lot of people, yeah. You know what, Luke, I completely agree with you there, because, you know, a lot of people question why we spent 40 million on some kid from the German league who's only scored like 8 goals or whatever he did in the Bundesliga. But he's got potential. Like, personally, I've always backed him to score goals. I'm not just saying that either. I saw him play a couple of times in the Bundesliga for Hoffenheim on TV, and he was good, and you can see he's got the physical attributes to play in the Premier League, but he just needs time to adapt. I think the 1 goal has, like, you can't, the thing is, you can't stop those people from, like, jumping onto his side just because he scored 1 goal, because he scored a goal, that's better that more people are on his side rather than against him, because we don't want to put the lad down, we want him to score more goals. Played decent, should have won Almiron, excellent again. See, another mixed opinion, as I was saying earlier. You know, Almiron, he's a bit like this, like, he doesn't know where he's hot or cold, or, you know, black or white or whatever, so it's a bit of a strange one with Almiron. But yeah, personally today I think he sounded quite exciting, a couple of flicks and tricks in there. Carroll will be super sub. I just saw you one a minute ago. Who was it? Geezer plays. Do you think Andy Carroll will make an impact? Personally, yeah. I mean, as long as he scores a few goals, I mean, because he's not going to start, I don't think, many games. So I'd say as long as he gets 5 goals off the bench, for someone who signed on a free, who's, what, 30, 31 years of age now, who's got injury problems, that's not bad. It's not a bad return off the bench. So, yeah, even if he just scores 1 goal, it's a 90th minute at the Gallagher end. Honestly, it's worth it. It's worth the transfer. So, yeah, keep sending your questions in, guys. I'm not going to be on for much longer, so we'll do like 3 more questions, say, and then I'll wrap it up. So keep sending them in, guys. I'm enjoying the ones so far. But yeah, going on to today even further, I've just Carroll pay as you play, worth a try. Well, yeah, exactly. Like, I think, wait, is he on that at the moment, or I'm sure, I don't know. But Paul says, I guarantee a tie versus Liverpool with Carroll equaliser. Mate, it would be a brilliant script to go along to. Like, ex-Liverpool man Andy Carroll, Newcastle hero coming back or whatever, and then scoring a 90th minute equaliser would be amazing. Would you play 4-4-1? I'm assuming you mean 4-4-1-1. Against weaker teams and teams we're in and around. Personally, no, because look at today. We played a 5 at the back, and they were still making mistakes, and still getting the ball away and stuff, and still not really defending to their full ability. So I think that we need to stick with 3 at the back just to make sure our defence is sound, because we can still get forward and stuff as well. Imperial Guard says if Carroll scores against Liverpool, he gets a statue outside St James's. You know what, mate? I don't think that's a good idea. You know, imagine that, some bronze statue with a bloody man bun. Oh my goodness me. The state of it, mate, the state of it. But yeah, I really hope that Andy Carroll does make the impact, because I've always personally liked him. I never thought he's a bit of a knobhead or whatever. He left for 35 million. That wasn't his choice. I'm sure he didn't want to go, maybe, to begin with. I mean, the fact that they offered 35 million for Andy Carroll, I mean, Mike Ashley's not going to turn that down. So, and then he's been here, there, and everywhere since. So, Owen's just always involved and can leave defenders in the dust. Super frustrating to watch and has sloppy passing, but he'll get there. Yeah, I mean, some things he does good, some things he does bad, but it's the same with every other professional footballer. The thing I would say about Almiron is, he's been here 6 months. Okay, he was playing in a league that was much weaker. You know, give him till the end of the season, and then we'll create a verdict on him, or at least give him till January, so he's been here a year, because he's still adapting. I feel and he just needs that first goal. Let him get the first goal, first assist, something to boost his confidence, and then we can start not giving him stick, but criticising the way he plays or whatever, or you know, giving him some constructive criticism. But yeah, Almiron is a very interesting one that definitely keep an eye out for this season. Also, can't wait till Saint-Maximin is back from injury as well. I'd like to see more from him. He's promising, he's direct. He's basically what Christian Atsu was today, but 10 times better. I'm going to wrap it up there, guys, then. So watch out for the videos tonight. The scoring the players videos, the review, etc, etc. Lee and the guys, all outside St James's Park, reviewing the match, just giving their verdict on it. Go make sure you watch the videos. Cheers, guys, for watching the stream. I'll see you next week.